Now at 10, light to moderate snow has been increasing across the region. What's this going to mean for you? Details coming up.
A Southwest Missouri school district prepared for this winter storm, and how the Joplin School Board is taking steps to give students a bigger voice in decisions.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
Love it or hate it, snow is accumulating across the four states. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. We begin our coverage with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy and a first look at the weather.
Yeah, the best thing that is happening with this storm is our temperatures. It has a lack of cold air. We've been sitting right around freezing most of the day. So as we go through the overnight hours tonight, only those moderate bands are going to stick along the roadways. But we still have a winter storm warnings in effect, Missouri into Arkansas. Everybody else, winter weather advisory for parts of Oklahoma and then also Kansas. But look at the snow overtaking the rain over the past several hours, and now we have light to moderate bands. See these blue bands, this one right here along the I-44 corridor pushing into the metro, so that's going to up these snow rates quite a bit. Already through the metro, about a half an inch of wet snow. Most of the main roads are okay, but they are going to become a little bit slushy later on tonight. Snow is a little bit lighter once you get out across southeastern Kansas. We're hanging out 32, 33 degrees. Definitely cold enough to snow, and it does snow into the morning hours and then tapers off early morning. How much are we going to get? We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
Then, meteorologist Sam Lane is out getting a first-hand look at the conditions. Let's go to him live in Anderson, Missouri with the latest.
Thank you very much. We are down in Anderson, Missouri, McDonald County, where it is snowing, as you can see right now. Coming down pretty good. It has been for about the last hour and a half. In fact, looking down here, you can see the snow. It's a good snowmaking snow, as it's very wet and it's easy to make into snowballs. And the roads are starting to get a little bit covered now. Here in the parking lot, we're starting to see some snow accumulate, also on the grassy surfaces and also the trees. And that's starting to create some travel problems. And I have with me Caitlin Lewis here in Anderson, Missouri. And Caitlin, you said you witnessed someone sliding off the road earlier.
Yeah, we had a little minivan coming off 76. We're going 20 miles an hour, and it just comes from the oncoming traffic and goes right straight across right in front of us. There's a big rig, and luckily we kind of just made sure they were able to get out in case we had to pull them out or not.
Okay, and that was, did you see one accident or did you see two?
It was that one, and then we had the just one that was already spinning off and already coming out by the time we got up to it. Okay. So it's just a big rig all over the road, and then the two just kind of in the ditch, but not too bad off the ditch where they couldn't get back out yet.
All right, so there you have it. Right now in McDonald County, roads are starting to become slick and a little bit hazardous out there. You definitely need to watch your speed. And of course, if you don't need to go out tonight, don't. Just enjoy the nice television set in the warm house, and we'll be out here for a little bit longer. But it is definitely snowing here in McDonald County and accumulating. And of course, that's going to be occurring all night long. And of course, Doug will have more details in your forecast coming up in just a little bit. Dow?
All right, we're glad Caitlin is okay. We hope you stay safe as well. Sam, thanks. McDonald County School District let out early today due to this wintry weather. Officials say there are about 60 bus routes to take students home, plus some students drive or get picked up, of course. School leaders said it made sense to dismiss early to help keep everyone safer.
Even in perfect conditions, it can be tricky on these rural routes that they have to travel. There's a lot of dirt roads, there's a lot of hills, there's a lot of curves, and so even in the best of weather conditions, it's still a tricky job to do, and our buses do a great job.
They say the district doesn't plan to make a decision about whether to have school tomorrow until in the morning. You can be the first to know of school closings as well as other closings with the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge wherever you get your apps. Just search for the KOAM News app. You can also watch the KOAM Morning Show to see the latest list of closings in the area. Missouri Governor Mike Parson signed an executive order ahead of the winter weather. That order activates the Missouri National Guard. They'll be brought in to help local authorities responding to winter weather calls. The new order will expire at the end of February unless terminated earlier or extended. The Joplin School Board tonight voted unanimously to add a Joplin High School student as a student advisor to the board. KOAM Shagun Bamidele was at the board meeting and has more.
In order to hear the concerns of students around the district, the Joplin Schools Board of Education formally adopted a policy that will give students a voice.
We made a formal adoption, second reading of a policy to add a student representative to the Board of Education, a student advisor, if you will. And so starting this month and all months thereafter, we will have a student at the table at all of our board meetings.
The superintendent says the model or policy has worked in other districts.
And then what we did is we looked at several different types of policies that were kind of model policies where school districts had some success with this type of program. And so we looked at those, and then we come up with a policy ourselves and send it to our policy service, and they send us back edits and rewrites.
Abigail Eckert, a junior at the Joplin High School, is the new student representative.
I guess I'm just excited to be this student representative on the board in order to express student concerns and then help in the decision making within the board and report to the board and report back to the school.
Abigail says she is excited and happy to start a new role.
So when I was chosen, it was within our Student Council Executive Board, and I was very excited about the new opportunity. And then I got a little nervous because it is a big responsibility, sitting at the table, being all professional. But I think altogether, I'm just really excited to get this started and see where it goes.
Reporting in Joplin, Sheikh Mamdele, KOAM News.
This position begins immediately. It runs through the end of the calendar year. Coming up, the latest on classified documents in former Vice President Mike Pence's Indiana home. Plus, CBS News has confirmed documents with classified markings were found in former Vice President Mike Pence's home in Indiana. The disclosure comes 2 weeks after Pence sat down with CBS News, expressing confidence no such materials were in his possession. Days after that interview, sources tell CBS News a lawyer located the classified papers, checking 4 boxes at the home at Pence's request. There have been dozens of mass shootings in 2023 already, according to the Gun Violence Archive. Several of those have been in California in just the last few days, leaving communities grieving for lost loved ones. Reporter Max Darrow is in Monterey Park, California, with the latest.
Gun violence is surging in America. Since the new year, there have been at least 40 mass shootings, resulting in at least 70 deaths.
This is the third mass shooting in California in less than a week.
Monday night, 1 person died and 7 others were injured at a gas station shooting in Oakland.
How many more times do we have to look at the front page of our papers, turn on our TVs, and see that someone else has lost a family?
Earlier that day in Half Moon Bay, officers arrested 66-year-old Chun-Li Zhao. The San Mateo County Sheriff's Office says he shot and killed 7 people at 2 mushroom farms.
All of the evidence we have points to this being the instance of workplace violence.
Here in Southern California, the Monterey Park community is mourning and searching for answers after its own mass shooting.
To see it to change like this overnight, like to become so traumatized, really hurt me.
11 people died after a gunman opened fire at a dance studio during a Lunar New Year celebration on Saturday night.
We may never be able to tell them the why, but we want to be able to help them heal from this.
Governor Gavin Newsom visited Monterey Park on Monday and then Half Moon Bay on Tuesday.
And I feared 2 days ago that Monterey Park would give way to other headlines. Little did I know I'd be up here.
Officials in Half Moon Bay say identifying next of kin may prove to be challenging because some were migrant workers. Max Darrow, CBS News, Monterey Park, California.
A little bit later, we're going to check out the Joplin Area Chamber of Commerce Annual Business Expo.
Plus, we have snow increasing across the region. Details coming up next. Well, of course, the rain throughout the afternoon hours and then the snow overtaking the rain over the past several hours and accumulating across the region. We're looking at a shot from Indigo Sky Casino and Resort right now. You can see it's coming down pretty good, fat flakes across the region. This is pretty much what we are seeing across the entire area. The rain pretty much gone now. all this snow is overtaking it, and where you see the darker blues, that is showing us at least moderate snow across the area, and that's what we're going to have for us tonight, light to moderate snow. Let's go into the metro. We got light to moderate snow from Pittsburgh down 171 to Joplin. Look at this increasing Ottawa County, so this band is lifting north into parts of Cherokee County, into Newton County, Carthage, all seeing light to moderate snow. So it is sticking outside, so be careful on the roadways. A little bit lighter on the Kansas side, so we'll call this a light snow, and then you can see it increases again, Veneta, Grand Lake, over toward Jay. On the Missouri side, light to moderate snow from Carthage to Mount Vernon. Let's head farther south, picks up a bit south of I-44 and then into Benton County. So we're going to have periods of this light to moderate snow sticking around, especially the next 4 or 5 hours. Then the heaviest will start to rotate out. The back edge still just to the southwest of Oklahoma City. And you can see this whole system, classic comma shape, looks like a comma, severe weather ahead of it down through parts of Mississippi and also Alabama. So our best chances for moderate to heavy snow over about the next 4 to 5 hours. And then once we get into morning, snow chances will start to taper off. The intensity will start to taper off. Here's what's helping us, temps. We're hovering 32 to 33 degrees. So if we're not getting moderate snow bands, it's not really sticking to the roadways, but now we are starting to see those parking lots cover over and some side roads. So we are going to have some slushy accumulations out there by morning. You can see the snow coming down 7th and range line. I just checked outside, about a half an inch has fallen so far. 33 northerly winds, 5 to 10, humidity 92%. Moderate snow next several hours. Here's midnight. Let's go through time. Still light to moderate snow 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. After 3 a.m., then we go down to light snow showers and flurries to start the day. So the heaviest snow is from now until about 3 o'clock in the morning. All right, how much more are we going to get? We already have, most of us have a half an inch. Just got a report out in Monette. They're right at 2 inches. So a little bit heavier in our eastern counties, but most of us at about a half an inch. Kansas, Oklahoma, a total of 1 upwards to 3 inches. 3 inches closer to the I-44 corridor. Pittsburgh, probably 2 to 3. Joplin, probably 3-ish. Neosho, closer to 4. And then heavier amounts once you head farther east near Branson, probably 5, 6, 7 inches. All right, impacts, weather impacts. I'm going to keep it kind of a moderate impact on the roads for snow because it is going to be slushy accumulations. Not snow packed, but be very careful. No ice. It's cold, but it's not that bad. It is going to be breezy for us tomorrow, but still not too bad of conditions. We get the snow out of here. We do have some kind of on and off flurries throughout the day with mostly cloudy skies. So your day planner for you, 33 to start, 36 by noon, 37 during the afternoon. It will definitely be a cold one. And if this snow doesn't strike your snow fancy, if you aren't getting enough from it, we have plenty of other chances down the road. Rain over to snow Saturday and Sunday, a wintry mix Tuesday into Wednesday. That Arctic air I've been talking about, looking next Friday, will return. So we have a lot of winter to go.
So if you're saying if you didn't get enough snow, hold on, more is coming. But the fact is, even if you got too much snow, hold on, because more is coming.
You got it.
Thanks, Doug. Joplin Chamber of Commerce is holding its 30th annual Business Expo. The Business Expo is at the Downstream Casino Resort Pavilion. It's the region's largest annual business showcase with about 110 exhibitors. That 2-day event features a business to business day, that was today, business to consumer day tomorrow. The exhibitor showcase will open to the public tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And if you're wondering why you see some people there dressed as pirates, we assume, at least, that it's because of the event's theme, Find Your Treasure in Joplin. Expo marks the spot. Or maybe they just like pirates. Some Southeast Kansas future business leaders had a chance to showcase their skills today. Yeah, future ones. The Girard High School Future Business Leaders of America hosted a competition at Pitt State. 330 students from 18 schools competed in a wide variety of business-related and workplace events. The competition wrapped up with an award ceremony this afternoon. And the Joplin Salvation Army is at 72% of its fundraising goal to keep the program running. The nonprofit organization says it's $126,000 shy of its $450,000 goal. If they don't meet their goal, they say they're going to have to make adjustments.
We'll still be able to operate, but certain things, I'm not exactly sure as of right now, but certain things we'll have to just operate a little under that budgetary goal. And so we'll have to make certain cuts to be able to keep those things still running. Our lieutenants and our budget advisor here in our office, they'll just work here shortly after we finish off here at the end of the month to kind of see what things we'll have to cut back on.
You can find a link to donate to the Salvation Army on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Jacob here now with sports. Big matchup tonight for the Colgan girls basketball team.
The Panthers trying to stay undefeated at home against CNC rival Frontenac. We're going to have those highlights, plus a career milestone for one of the best wrestlers in Southeast Kansas. We'll have that and more after the break. The St. Mary's Colgan girls basketball team is off to an 11-0 start and ranked number 2 in the state in Class 2A. Now, over the weekend, Panthers won the Tony DuBray Classic in Liberal. Tonight, they're back to CNC action with a big one at home, facing Frontenac. The Panthers up 15.5, but Frontenac starts chipping away. Mia Brown drives baseline, lays it off the glass. She scores 11 for the Raiders. Then Hattie Pyle working inside. Pyle also with 11. Frontenac gets it to single digits, but Colgan didn't let him back in it. Panthers go inside to Lily Brown. Easy 2 for her. Brown leads the Panthers with 20. Lauren Torrance on the far side. One dribble, jumper good. 14 tonight for Torrance. Colgan gets the lead back to 13 going to the fourth. Then final quarter, Brown leads the break, gets it to Mariah Harris for the finish. Colgan gets to 12-0 tonight, beating Frontenac 56-41. To the boys game, Frontenac trying to earn the split on the road. The Raiders are able to get it done, pulling away from the Panthers, winning by 20, 64-44. The Missouri Southern Lions split a doubleheader last night against the Lincoln Blue Tigers. On the women's side, the Lions led from start to finish, beating Lincoln 84-45. Now, last night's win was the 5th straight for the Lions, puts them at 17-4 overall this season. Now, Lacey Stokes scored a team-high 15 points from Missouri Southern. The Lions had 4 players in double figures, including Stokes, but also last night was the 4th time this season that all 12 players who suited up scored for Missouri Southern.
We did a great job of sharing the basketball. I think we had 20 assists or 18 assists on 28 made field goals. You know, anytime you can get those type of numbers, that's a big plus, and it shows that your kids are doing a good job of seeing each other. And then, of course, making shots. I think it's maybe the first time we shot over 50% in about 8 or 9 games. So if we can start shooting the ball like that and then continue to guard, we'll give ourselves a chance to win most games.
On the men's side last night, the Lions erased a 15-point deficit against Lincoln. It came up a little short in the end, 84-82. All 5 starters were in double figures, led by Christian Bundy and his 17 points. Now, the problem was the Blue Tigers out-rebounded Southern 37-18, and according to the Lions, Lincoln was just tougher Monday night.
I think we just came out flat, kind of soft. And teams, they see us as a tough team, so if we come out soft, teams are going to out-tough us. And so then we were just playing catch-up in the second half, and I think we got up 5 within like 7 minutes left, and we just couldn't hold the lead.
They were really crashing offensive glass on the offensive end, and we just couldn't box them out. And we talked about going to the game. We know that's their game plan, and all 5 guys rebounded. We just didn't do that tonight, especially in the first half, and that's how they got up. And then we turned it up a little bit in the second half, got the lead, and just relaxed again, and that's just not being tough enough, and Lincoln was definitely tough enough tonight.
The Columbus High School girls wrestling team has been one of the best in the state all season long. The Titans are ranked 3rd in the state as a team, and they've got 5 girls ranked individually in their respective weight classes. Now, Columbus wrestling at home tonight against the Independence Bulldogs. Now, here we go, 140 pounds, Katie Simpson going to work for the Titans, shoots and gets 2 for the takedown. Then Simpson trying to finish this thing off, and she would. Simpson gets the win by fall late in the first period. Moving to 155 now, Gracie Major gets the nice takedown here. She would also finish off her match and win by fall. Columbus really in control of this one all night. And a great one here at 170, Taryn Billings for the Titans. She was down 6-2 going to the final period, but battles back, gets a pin to win it. But this night, it was all about Addie Saporito. The Columbus senior ranked third in the state at 120 pounds. Won her match by fall tonight, and that win is number 100 in her high school career. Columbus wins big, and Saporito becomes the first girls wrestler in Columbus history to reach 100 career wins.
I knew it was like one of my goals at the beginning of the season, so I've been counting down. It means a lot. It's kind of my goal to make history and to be something that younger girls can look up to. So we have a lot to still accomplish this year, and I think it really pushes all of us.
Well, that's a look at sports. We're back with more news right after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Gary Reed served in the U.S. Army from 1968 to 1970. The Joplin native earned parachute wings, a Purple Heart, and 2 Bronze Stars. And we are proud to salute Staff Sergeant Gary Reed, a 4-state hero. Some of you are wondering about school closings, maybe your business closing or other cancellations. If you don't see them on the screen, be sure and check out our website because the list is updated constantly and will be through the morning.
Yeah, and that's going to be interesting because this is such a wet, slushy snow. We're not going to have snow pack. We're going to have slick spots. So it'll be interesting who, what, how many shut down tomorrow. But you can see snow continuing. Most of us have a ½ inch to an inch on the ground. Snow totals are going to be 1 to 3 inches, but along and south of I-44, 3 upwards to 6 inches of snow. And most of this is going to be gone by morning, which is good. High temp 37.
Final sports notes.
K-State men's basketball made it up to number 5 in the national rankings this week. Unfortunately, they lose a tough one on the road to Iowa State tonight, 80-76.
Too bad. Thanks for joining us. Please do be careful out there. Check on the cancellations in the morning, and let's make it a great tomorrow.